Chapter 5. The Great Separation. Through my teachings on the hills of Galilee, nearly 2,000 years ago, I planted the conceptual seeds that would prepare humankind for my awakening. The worst effects of the fall were past. Human vision had climbed back nearly to the edge of perception. It was time to begin reintroducing light into a human world too long asleep. Incarnate as Jesus of Nazareth, I began teaching and healing. It was time to remind my human creatures that they had not been created for such primitive conditions, that a presence was coming in the not-too-distant future that would introduce a new human order based on love, centered in God. My teachings have required time to gradually infiltrate the stubborn age-old patterns of human hatred and fear, time to gradually prepare human consciousness that in this age of collective awakening, the greatest number of people might choose the ways of love. As I now awaken in human consciousness, if I do not hold back, in but 3 days, the old institutions of fear. For if all this were to occur in 3 actual days, few human beings would survive the transition. Therefore, I have been awakening gradually, that coincide with what you call the Industrial Revolution, and accelerating dramatically now in these last 3 decades that precede 2011. In this way, the changes come more gradually, but they come with certainty nevertheless. My presence is reorganizing every human being, every human activity. The earth is shifting from a hell ruled by fear to a heaven ruled by love. As the 20th century draws to a close, those who are at peace within themselves will find their lives increasingly aligned with the strengthening field of my presence. Those who fear will come under increasing pressure to confront their dishonesty and change. The fearful will not have an easy time in these days, for they will be withdrawing from my spirit, thereby forcing themselves into crisis situations designed to stimulate a change of heart. My consciousness is available to all, but the time I will wait for it to be received must eventually pass. I have come here to act. Soon my activity will begin. Those who do not now accept my invitation to life will be separated in the end from those who do. Weeds and corn may together flourish in the fields, yet at the time of harvest, their destinies diverge. It would not be merciful to forever sustain in consciousness those who give others cause to fear. I come as the Spirit of Truth, to comfort those who live by love, to challenge those who do not. I come with the great sword of division, to separate those who destroy from those who create. All will meet me, in honesty or in deceit. And as the years go by, these 2 ways will grow ever more distinct. Conflict cannot exist where truth is in expression. It occurs only in the presence of dishonesty. Where truth is denied, self-destruct mechanisms go into effect. People get sick because they are sick of themselves. They die because they do not forgive. Disease is not caused by germs, toxins, viruses, excessive radioactivity, microbes, bacteria, or by any other physical agent. Such things are ever present. Thousands of them pass daily through every healthy human body. Such agents are only destructive when they do not pass through the human body, but are retained instead. There is only one reason why germs or toxins are retained in a human system, because present in that human system is an evil spirit. To the degree that an evil spirit is entertained and made welcome in an individual's life, his or her body will disease. This is a regulatory mechanism designed to deprive destructive spirits of physical bodies. Evil spirits are negative attitudes, destructive emotions rooted in fear. Some of the more common evil spirits are resentment, anger, shame, guilt, anxiety, hatred, greed, revenge, jealousy. All thinly disguised forms of fear, their presence in a human system gives harmful physical agents something to attach themselves to. As my presence increases on Earth, it becomes ever easier for human beings to experience healing. The cure is always available, as close as honesty, as near as love. The awakened ones who are rising with me in this age find that their very presence brings dishonesty to the surface, that it might be dissolved in the light, that forgiveness might wash clean the consciences of all those who would be made whole. As I did in Jerusalem and on the hills of Galilee, I will now do again through these, cast out evil spirits, and heal through the forgiveness of sins. Toward the last days of the historical era, it may come to pass that a few fearful cities will be quarantined, that in these places certain dramatic presentations might take place. This is not my first choice in the ways of education, but where people do not open themselves to the gentle guidance of my Holy Spirit, where they consistently reject the teachers that I have awakened among them to spread the news of my coming, where they ignore the many voices of love that speak to humankind from all sides. There, in those places, I will animate presentations designed to stimulate the required change of heart. Hopefully, this will not often be necessary. If you help me now in the work of education, it may not be necessary at all. Whatever form the healing of the human world takes during these next few years, know that it is for the good of all. Do not be concerned with the fate of those who reject my spirit. Their story is far from over. I am caring for each one in the manner of his or her greatest need. The human world is in good hands. When you and much of the Earth's present biological life have been sprinkled throughout the stars, and the oceans have changed places with the land, after the poles have shifted and new mountains have come to look out over the plains, then will these slow learners be recalled from the mineral realms where they shall slumber, to learn of intelligence again, and to come again to choose between love and fear. If ever there is one, even one, that shall choose fear, then that one shall sleep while the rest journey on. But in the fullness of a new time, I will awaken the one again and again if need be, until that which was designed to be conscious takes up my love and joins me in joy and gladness. For though in creating human beings, I create a creature that must choose of its own will to accept the freedom that love's spirit alone can convey, in the end, that creature will choose the best, not because I have given it no choice, but because I will give it choice and choice and choice again, until it learns the nature of love and comes to prefer consciousness over the sleep of ignorance and fear. It is but a little while, and the illusion of historical time shall be no more. Like the foam of an ocean wave, retreating into the bosom of an eternal sea, the human drama is passing. Your world is changing. It will change quicker still. Soon all the years of human history, up to the moment of my awakening, shall melt into dream. All human motivation shall originate in the love of my eternal presence. Heaven will be mirrored on earth. The creator of all the stars in the sky shall be dressed in the graceful biological robes of a blue-white world. You have incarnated at this time specifically to help ease this transition. Help me guide the human lives that are disoriented as the old temple topples. Direct them to the new organization that is taking place everywhere human beings love.